So the story is really important to be told on the big screen. I think this is one of the first modern day sort of tellings of the conception of the SOE, which is the Special Operations Executive. It's a band of men and women that Winston Churchill put together to complete, under the cover of deniability, these operations which really swayed the war for Great Britain. And so they were a really integral part of defeating the Nazis and accomplishing the goals that were set. So my character, Freddy the Frog, he's a frogman. So he's a waters expert, a demolitions expert. He's a cool, calm, collected young man who has a very sort of strong and concrete presence. And so when everything's sort of hitting the fan, you can trust Freddy to be, the cool hand Luke of the company. And for me, it was really sort of putting my trust in Guy. It was what brought me to the character, was the fact that I know that each and every single one of those characters on screen is going to have that flair. And so I didn't see it in the initial draft, but I knew they were going to make something out of everybody. And that's what they told us, and that's exactly what's been done. Creating the look of Freddy is always a team effort. We have the amazing head of wardrobe, Lulu, who picks out some of the most phenomenal outfits for all of us. And then Guy always has the last say and always has the last little twizzle on the hat, how we wear the hat. He's a very stylish man. He's got great taste, and I think he's put that into all of our characters. And often is the case that we come on set and he's like, "Ooh, what size are you in that?" Looking to steal the jacket after, because especially Heron's costume, Babs is the sharpest chap on set. So a lot of the boys on set are sort of like, "Oh, what size is that, Babs? Oh yeah, nice." So you'll find that a lot of that goes missing by the end of production. And I think generally we're just a bunch of very stylish sailors. And it's such an amazing era, like 1940s and 30s, of like wonderful fashion. And so we're going to bring it back. And we've all said between ourselves, we're like, I think I'm going to adopt like the old breeches and baggy trousers and the woolly knits. So yeah, it's got a real style to it. So Gus and Freddy, I think they go pretty far back. I think Freddy is one of his most trusted men. Everybody on this mission is picked because of their past history with Gus, and I think they've completed missions beforehand, and so it's one of those relationships which has absolute trust, and we know when the captain says something, it'll get done, because the boys will do literally anything for Gus, and trust his judgment, trust his direction, and things just get done with him. I think the relationships between all of us actually has a great sense of humor. We don't have particular sort of characters that we bag on. Often Hazy's at the butt end of certain jokes just because he's the youngest of the group. And so there's always that fun kind of humor. And Lassen is just one of those guys that you love to, I don't know, I suppose just enjoy watching him kill Nazis, which is such a terrible thing to say, but not at the same time, because we do take so much joy in what Alan brings to the character, and that's just this sheer ferocity. And Lassen historically was rather unhinged, so to see that is awesome. So our experiences out at sea have been amazing. You know, a lot of these films that get made these days, it's always on a green screen, it's always kind of, you know, in a studio, and they found the perfect Madonna, and they brought it, I think it was in Europe somewhere, and they brought it down to the coast of Turkey, and we've spent the past sort of 2 weeks filming on it. Being out, like, I've got fantastic sea legs. Alex doesn't have. He probably has the worst sea legs, but he was fine. He was absolutely fine. But to be out there in the ocean on a sailboat is phenomenal, and it just gives this just reality to it all, and it's just going to look phenomenal on screen. So this is my second time working with Guy Ritchie. I worked on The Gentleman. I played Dry Eye. And had the most amazing time doing that process, and this trumps that, just because of the circumstance and because of the cast and because of the movie. So I'm excited for everybody to see this on the big screen, because I think the characters are just going to pop out like Guy Ritchie's characters always do, and you'll have everyone rooting for them. And that's what we want to do. We're making something that's going to entertain, you know, with an amazing, unbelievable historical story to it, but with that Guy Ritchie twist.